Hello, viewers, and welcome. It's been a long time since y'all seen the third quarter. It's been some weeks. It's been all kind of stuff going on with everybody. So a little cancellation here and there. So we're going to try to bounce back. And, also we was going to have a wonderful show today. And, a few guests, some things came up with them. So, you know what? I still got a couple of good fellas in there. And we going to talk. We gonna talk. We gonna really talk about what's going on out here with these women and the things that they doing now. That's just unbelievable. Because I know we all good men, and I notice when you are a good man out here, and I ain't talking about just being a good man to a woman, just a good man to society.
Right.
People gravitate. They want to come talk to you because they like they like the way you move. They like what you stand for, and I started noticing that. That's when I started noticing that everything about me was changing. Absolutely. From when I was a little boy, an asshole.
Absolutely.
And I was like, wow. So the more I did it, the better I did it. And I noticed people come and just want to kick it and talk about life in general, and especially about relationships, because it be. Now when I go and I tell men, like, look, man, if you're going to be a player, be a player. If you want a wife, take the steps to have that wife. You can't just say, oh, I want a wife and get married. It don't work like that. It's things within you got to be able to do before God brings her to you.
Yeah, not if you want to be in a real marriage.
In a real marriage. And these men don't want to take the steps, and I tell them, well, you're not ready then. Because taking these steps, meaning you cannot sit up here and just be sleeping with everybody and be like, well, I can do what I want to do. And I can tell them, like, when that woman, and all women do this, when they go look at your credit report, they going to see something on there they don't like.
Right.
I don't feel like trusting this dude.
Right.
And what they going to do, they going to let you down.
Right.
I have seen it a whole lot of times.
Yeah.
A whole lot of times, and these other guys don't want to believe it. So I know y'all seen it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I know y'all seen it. So y'all can just let loose. Y'all can just let loose, man. Seriously, just really let loose.
What you hit on a point is that people want it but don't want it. So when they get that person in a life, they still feel like they got to hit the streets. And most of the times, to me, in my opinion, when marriages fail is that both people ain't on the same page.
Right.
Marriage could be a beautiful thing if y'all on the same page.
Right.
Want the same things. Yeah, you're going to have your disagreements, but there's something that y'all can sit back and work it out. But most guys want to stay in their youth. We all turned 50 this year.
Yeah.
And it ain't the same.
No.
I need 2 naps a day. That's why I was running late today. I died it off.
Agreed. I think that's what hurt us the most being his age. We don't take naps.
Yeah. It's in my schedule now.
Yeah.
I got to. I turn my phone on silent and try to get that nap out. I'm really cranky. You know what I mean? But to piggyback on what you said is when, and I talked to my mom about this before. I was like, you know what, Ma? A lot of people come up to me, even at work, and I got one of those unapproachable faces that people think, oh, man, never mind. You know what I mean? But I've noticed that if somebody got something on their mind, they'd be like, hey, Tom, can I holler at you for a minute? And I'll be like, what is it?
Yeah.
But people like straight shooters.
Yeah.
Now, you
they
want,
do.
And I tell a person, do you want me to listen to you and agree, or do you want my real opinion on what's going on? Because I'm going to call bullshit when I see it.
Yeah.
But I love you a
and
lot.
I think we need to do, a lot of other men need to do that enough.
Yeah.
Like, look, dude, stop cheating.
Yeah. And
Stop it.
My thing is, with that, if you're single and you out dating, stop lying. There's no reason to lie.
What the fuck is you scared of?
Right.
Why you gotta lie to her?
Yeah. I see other people. I don't, you know what I mean? And because when you find that right one, you gonna start cutting the other ones off. But I let them know I see other people.
But when you keep lying, and you still lying at this age, you still haven't grown.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they don't get that.
Absolutely.
You still haven't grown. And that means not just lying to women, to a lot of other things in life.
Yeah.
You just straight up. Oh, yeah, I got that speeding ticket. You know what? Let me try to get impeding traffic. I'm still going to pay something.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
It changed your whole view and road on life with everything else. And you start learning how to pass that on to men and women and people that coming to reach out to you. I know people come to you, Marlon, all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's kind of piggybacking off what you said, man. Being out here in the dating game, a lot of times you tell women the truth. You have like 4 or 5 women you might be dating at one time.
Right.
And when you do tell them, hey, this and this and that, they don't take heed to it, man. A lot of, but like you said though, it is good that you would tell them or give them the heads up that you're not the only one right now.
Right.
If some things change, or I see that you're somebody that I can settle down with or I can move on with, then I'll start, like you said, cutting different folks off. Look, it's not working. I might talk to you later. We'll remain friends.
Absolutely.
But a lot of time that doesn't work, man.
Yeah, it don't.
A lot of
Because
time
people tell you they want the truth until you tell it to them.
Yeah.
Then you ain't shit.
But because the world is so used to lies.
Yeah.
That's a great one. Mm-hmm.
The world is so used to lies. Everything is built on lies to it work.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And it just carries on, and it's like, wow, when it go up, and I get women say, well, when the last time you had sex?
Mm-hmm.
I always get that.
Right.
A couple of months ago or something like that.
Right.
No, not you. You this, that. I know you get it anytime you want to.
Right.
I can.
Mm-hmm.
But sweetie,
But
what
that's
telling the line to you, what is going to do for me right now?
Well, that's another part of women's view. They have a fantasy of what should be happening before you even get into a
they
relationship.
dream too damn much.
Right.
Yes, and a lot of times, as I was just reading earlier, that is a big sign of no-no. You might want to get away because if a woman has a fantasy or a dream about you already that has not even began to happen, that means that she might possibly be what they call a narcissist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And just touching on that, a lot of times, when you're out in the dating game, these types of things will happen. You got people telling you they love you in the first couple of weeks. Like, wait a minute. Huh?
Now, you know what, Marlon? I want to ask you this question because this is something that I came up with and I started believing myself. A lot of women out here has a virus in them. And that virus was put in them from that last man that was horrible. I feel like as me being who I am and I want to pursue you, it's my job to try to get that virus out of you without messing up my character.
Right.
I feel like it's every man and woman job just to try to get that virus out of the other person, just a little bit.
Yes.
But not to get yourself out of character. Because we all have some kind of virus in us from our past bad relationships.
That's true. So now you're talking about the chicken noodle soup. now you have to go in. You got to eat a chicken noodle and soup, right?
Yeah.
So, with that approach, that's the whole thing. If that person has not figured out a way to find the remedy for that virus, then they need to be still. You know what I'm saying? They shouldn't even be talking to anyone, thinking about a relationship or anything outside of that because you haven't cleared your slate. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going to step into a relationship and you're bringing your baggage with you, there's an issue there already.
Yeah.
But you know what, though? A lot of them don't know they have it.
Right.
Because they friends around ain't telling them.
Right.
And then they get with that man or woman, they find out they have it when that person leaves.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they don't try to fix it.
Yep, and they don't try to fix it, or they want to fix it but don't know how.
Yeah.
They don't know how. They don't want to feel like they're crazy and seek help from a psychiatrist or whoever may be able to help them.
Right.
Family members aren't doing it because they have viruses and they've been stuck with them for thousands of years. I'm not talking generational curse here, but I'm talking that things have to be corrected. We are being misled, as you said. It's a lie. And a lot of people don't want to hear the truth, so they don't accept the truth. But when the truth comes, it cuts, and it cuts real deep, and you'll know it when it's hurting because they'll get quiet.
Yeah.
They don't want to say anything, or they'll defend.
Right.
Yeah, they'll get on the defensive mode.
Yeah, that's why you have to be real careful with telling that truth, the tone
The tone
that you giving them,
the way
the
you
tone.
give it to them.
Because I just always felt like even me, I know I still have some toxic shit in me, and I just feel like if a woman is if she's showing any kind of like towards me, anybody, man or woman, like you got a little bitty job to try to show, hey, I'm not like that last man or woman that you was with. I'm gonna try to roll with you for a minute, but if it turns into a narcissist, I'm out.
Right, because you start seeing signs of your previous relationship.
Yeah.
And you turn into a detective. You know what I mean? Like, man, why you closing the door while you use the bathroom?
But you know what I used to do? I used to leave. Yeah. I used to leave and didn't even know how bad it was. Because someone didn't, I knew it probably wasn't even bad. But I used to see something like, oh, I'm out.
Right.
I ain't even give it a chance.
Right.
But that was some toxic shit in me. A defense mechanism.
Right.
Like, oh, let me leave.
Right.
And I could have worked with some of them, you know.
And that's why the rebound relationships don't work, because the person still hasn't gotten that last person out. Oh, I bumped into him at a party last night, and we talked and conversated, and I think I'm gonna try it again with you. Now, you didn't gave her your all, and you're like, ain't this a bitch?
Damn, a lot of times that rebound relationship might be the relationship for you, but you still carrying your toxicity from the last.
Toxicity. Yeah, I like that word.
Exactly. So that defensive wall is good and it's bad at the same time, because you do notice things, and you're like, oh, she doing that same shit she did.
Yeah.
All right, don't let me get too paranoid.
Yeah. That paranoia, that defense mechanism.
Then you drive yourself crazy. You say, I can't do this.
Right.
So, yes.
I used to hate when I used to do that a lot.
Yeah.
I really did. I used to hate that.
It's that defense mechanism.
Yeah. That shit is horrible.
Yeah, it is.
That shit is
Sometimes it's needed, though.
Yeah, best defense. The best offense
Yeah.
is defense.
But sometimes I use it against the wrong ones, and I know they was the one. You know what I'm saying? I knew they was the one, and I had to go back later and apologize, because I knew I fucked up.
Right.
I knew I fucked up, and they knew, and they thanked me for coming back and apologize.
Right.
But I knew that was that's another thing. A number one problem men have: apologizing. You know you wrong on the inside. I don't care how well.
Not just men.
Yeah, not just men too. Not just men. Women. Oh yeah.
Now with me, it might take a minute for it to calculate. Might be a day, might be a couple hours or a couple days. When I sit back and I might say, damn, you know what? I thought about that. I was wrong. I totally jumped the gun. And I apologize. And this comes with age and maturity.
Yeah, it do.
You know what I mean? But I think everybody do it. And it's like some people, like, my being won't let me apologize.
Yeah.
You like, wow, you was wrong.
It's sad when they can't do it,
They
and
can't do it.
they our age.
Exactly.
And they can't do it. That's sad.
Exactly.
I be telling people, run.
Yeah.
Don't even try to work that out. It's not worth it. You can't fix that in nobody.
Nope, you can't.
Because for somebody from, one of us men to apologize or woman apologize, that came from our heart.
Yeah.
It was like, you know what?
Absolutely.
No matter what, friend, dating, or whatever, I'm not trying to hurt anybody.
Yeah.
And that don't have nothing to do with dating.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you know what? There are a lot of guys who they're always apologizing.
Oh, everybody, this is 5-star.
They're always they're just always apologizing for everything, and they're not sincere. I mean, so how do you tell the difference when the guy's sincere and when he's not?
You just said it. When they do it too much.
Do it too much.
Okay.
You got used
Because
to it.
I'm trying not to apologize because I'm trying to get it right the first time.
Right.
So I won't have to apologize.
Right.
But I know if I do something, I know if I touch your feelings, I'm gonna say, and I do that, and I was doing that, working in the barbershop for 20 years.
Right.
I did that a lot, and I say, man, I ain't mean to say it that way. I'm sorry, I apologize.
Yeah.
Let's take care of this now.
Yeah.
And I do it in front of everybody to make them feel.
But you did that frequently. There are guys who, it's not about every little thing, but you make so many mistakes.
Yeah.
And you're constantly saying it. How do I know that you're being sincere? That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
So
you know what I'm saying?
To sort of touch on what you're saying, you're looking at what they would call the mother-son syndrome. Okay. once a son knows that he can move mom around with the weak apologies and stuff, he'll keep doing it until, you know, eventually mom will catch on and say, you're doing this. But the sincerity comes when you're a man and if you have to apologize, there must have been something very serious that you did wrong.
Yeah.
Now,
absolutely.
if I forgot to put the spaghetti up, or I forgot to take out the trash, you know, and I keep doing it all week, there's something wrong there. I just don't want to do it.
Right.
And a lot of guys do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Now a man should know, okay, that I have to help around the house to do these types of things. So if I'm already doing it, there's no apology needed. Okay. Now if I was just dead tired, I came in and fell asleep. Okay, you know, my bad. I'll make sure that doesn't happen again, or as soon as I wake up, it's out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there's no need for an apology. So the sincerity comes from the action. You know, it's not the you know, I'm sorry, you know, I'm bad, and then you'll know because it get jittery. You know, hey, I'm bad, you know. No, if you're a man, you know, that'll never happen again.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
And then too, she or he would know, like,
Yeah.
okay, you know, my baby must be tired.
Right,
She always do this and
Right,
that.
right.
But then they all on the other side too, like, oh, you don't want to do that no more. You know, and then the communication is horrible.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And it's always the key.
It's
always the key.
always,
Yeah.
definitely.
A lot of people have that misconception about communication. Communication is by far the best thing for a relationship to prosper. If you don't have communication, I mean, you know, sex is great, attraction is everything, you know, but I can't even convey to you how I feel.
Right.
Or I'm trying to talk to you and let you know how I feel, and you're shutting down before I can even get my emotion out.
Right.
There's some issues there.
Right.
Vice versa. If a woman's trying to get you to listen, hey, I need you to give me this. You know what I'm saying? And you're, you know, okay, I'll give it to you next week. And in your mind, you know, I'm not worried about that right now. Let me get these bills paid. You're not listening. You're not communicating because at that point you should be saying, okay, well, you might need to write it down, you know, put it on the refrigerator. Man,
Right.
Come on, now, let's be serious now. If you want a working relationship, be serious.
But you know, a lot of times, like when guys try to express their feelings, then you get labeled soft. You know what I mean?
Oh, Mike,
You know, you get labeled soft. So
Absolutely.
like,
I've heard a lot of women.
but
say
you
that.
know what?
I'm
But
trying
you
to
know the
tell you
women
how I feel, and you're not listening.
Mm-hmm.
So henceforth, now I'm finna do something else. Then you gonna hear me. I tried to tell you. Now you gonna hear me.
But you know, I think the women that label them soft is the women that been hurt.
And those women got
And
some
those
issues.
are alpha women.
Yep.
That's been hurt already.
They got some serious issues.
Now, yeah, and then you know that's some whole nother.
And as she said, alpha women, they
Yeah.
don't really need you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice to have you around and
Right.
you know when it's time to do
Right.
certain things, but
Right.
I really don't need you.
And I don't wanna hear what you got to
yeah,
say.
there you go.
Right.
And
right.
I
Basically.
am not
Right.
about to apologize.
So you like,
I am
oh,
not.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that,
Well, what
and
kind of
that's-
relationship can you have?
With that.
Yeah, if it's only one-sided, only you can disclose your emotions,
Yeah.
and that man cannot. I mean, something's wrong with that
So
program.
when you know
Yeah.
you see them bags at the door, or you come home and
yeah.
that closet empty, and I say, I was trying to tell
Tell
you.
you, or you might not even say that.
Exactly. You know what? You calling the family. You say
But I don't.
No.
Because I don't care how alpha a woman is, she can always get broken down.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
She
because
can
it
always
always
get
take
broken
a
down.
stronger man to do
Oh,
that.
yeah, the best of the stallions have been broken down.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so have.
Yeah.
So
Yep,
have.
they show have been broken down.
But it takes it takes continuous communication to do that. You know, for instance, a past relationship of mine, you know, I was in that same situation. She had everything. You know, she had her own money, own house, own cars, blah blah blah. So me coming around, bringing my 2 cents on everything I might have to say, or things that I researched that I can show you how to, you know, kind of make some differences in your life. They want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm not there. Where you at? Well, I tried to give you something else better than what you thought you were getting. You know what I'm saying? But you have it all. You don't need me. So I'm going to go on and share this with somebody that needs it. Right? So that's where we are, man. We're in this role reversal, man. You know, a lot of people don't see that, but I believe that we are.
I do too.
You know,
I do too.
Yeah,
it feels like
it's
women,
definitely changing.
It's a
Y'all know.
It's
I
changing.
mean,
It's
we,
changed.
it's,
It's
yeah,
changed.
y'all.
It has changed.
It's a
we all know our
demasculated
age in here.
society.
Oh, yeah.
We all know our age in here, and y'all
Yep.
know it is fucking
Yeah.
crazy out
Yeah.
there right now from what we grew up in.
Absolutely.
Crazy.
Absolutely.
These young people, man, I swear, it's like
Man.
you got to protect your son more than your daughter.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you got to tell him when you get so soft.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Man, you tell him, man, give me that joystick. He
Yeah.
about ready to cry.
Yeah.
Give me that cell
Yeah.
phone. Oh, I'm going to kill myself.
Yeah.
For real?
wow.
Yeah.
Then if I give it back, who I'm going to give it to?
Yeah.
I was like, man, this is, I'm so happy I'm not born now.
Right. I said the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't survive in this society coming up the way we did.
Oh,
we
no.
we came up hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's like my approach to things is old school father style. For instance, like my daughter, my youngest daughter, she's 17 now. She's a different person, an alien to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like when she turned 16, my baby was gone. And I'm like, who is this nigga right here?
Right. Right.
This my ride or die. And her attitude was like, so I go to my sisters and even other women like, well, you just too hard. Yeah, I don't think I'm too hard. So I tried toning down, coming out of my square, toning down and asking questions where I should be saying, where was you at? Instead of, where are you about to go? You know what I mean? And I said, hell no. No.
I need an agenda.
No, I need exactly too much going on out here.
Absolutely.
Now, let me ask y'all something. With the millennials and even our age group, what is the number one thing, the number one problem with people dating right now? Because I hear all sorts of things.
Well, for both groups individually?
Because I think
So-
whatever going on is going on with both
No,
groups. I
it's-
think it's the same thing.
Not necessarily.
No.
The millennials have their own issues, and then folks 35 and older, they have a whole different issue. So, yeah. The millennials, they are comfortable with not having attachments.
Yeah.
Okay, they're comfortable
With sharing.
I've talked to so many, they have entitlement issues big time. But I've had millennials tell me it's okay for me to go ahead and have a baby, but I don't need to be married because guess what? My parents, they were together, they were married, that didn't work, they didn't get along, that happened, but if we're not married, I can just walk away whenever I want to, but we want to share a child.
And
They
who
think
had
that that's
guess
the
who had a
best way
child
to
now?
do things.
The fathers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
The
I mean,
fathers.
it's just
so
crazy.
what I was, doing with my son a long time ago, it wasn't even known.
Right.
Yeah,
Now
but
it's
it's
more
very
fathers
common.
coming in the barbershops with their daughter and son because the mother don't want them. They go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's okay.
Yeah.
They
And
don't
they're-
say nothing about
yeah,
her.
They don't
It's
mind.
okay.
Yeah.
Then they get to talking to me. Like, we're saying you been, dude, I've been doing this for a long time.
Right. Right.
Long
Right.
time.
Which is commendable. Because
Yeah.
when you started doing it, dudes wasn't doing it. They was walking away.
Yeah, they were.
Wouldn't care whether they seen their kid or not.
They were.
Yeah. Yeah.
And and that's just the way it is.
I'm gonna tell you, this is a story about my grandmother. One day she told me, she said, "I'm gonna have to teach you how to cook and do all these other things because one day you might have to be the one to do it.
Yeah.
Nothing to demasculate you or anything like that, but you might have to be the one to do it.
Self-sufficient.
Self-sufficiency, because, like I said, that role reversal, I'm not a part of that. I know what I am. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm gonna be that no matter what, 100%. But I have to teach my sons that sometimes, son, you might have to do these things for yourself because the
And
other
it's
half
okay.
out there,
And it's
they not
okay.
thinking.
Yeah.
Nah,
They're not
yeah.
thinking. And when it boils down to Kasim and 5-star, what's your name again?
Tony.
Tony. It boils down to we have been programmed, right? This television madness that's going on, all of these other unnecessary things that are being taught to our people through mass media and television and things like that, it has made them think different. I was watching a cartoon the other day. It blew my mind. Young man has a power. right? His power changes him into a woman, right?
Right.
And this is a cartoon that our children are watching
Right.
Right now?
right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're teaching them to be
Right now.
androgynous. Yeah.
Right now. Now, my issue with that, don't force that down my throat.
Exactly.
Okay, I don't mind you doing what you do, but please don't force that down my throat or my children's throat. Because now I have to sit there with them and watch all of this stuff to weed through. That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
Old cartoon series, Voltron.
Classic.
Classic. They redid it like 3 or 4 times, but the latest one, the main character, Bravo, this guy, he's whooping the crap out of everybody.
Right.
End of the series. They wait all the way to the end of
Yeah.
the series. Now you didn't build him up in your mind that this guy is the man.
Right.
He's dating a guy at the end of the TV series.
Yeah.
And then me and my sons, because I love Voltron, so me and my
Right.
sons, we done sat there and watched the whole series, and we get to the end, and I said, don't y'all ever
Think this, yeah.
think this
Yeah.
is okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we
Yeah.
got this far, but that was messed up. And they looking at me like, yeah, Dad.
Yeah. Because it has to come from your home. It can't come from
Yeah.
nobody
No.
else.
Yeah.
Not
It
at
can't.
all.
It can't come from nobody else. But I was telling them we haven't been on in a while, and we ain't seen our people in a while. So we doing this whole 2-hour show. But I got a
And
lot
it's
of
our
listeners.
Anniversary show.
Out there listening,
Right.
and it's our year anniversary.
Happy
So we've been
anniversary.
doing this for a year.
That's right. That's
So,
why we got to do a little bit
viewers.
of this. We gotta do a little bit of this.
So viewers, I know y'all out there listening. Y'all can call in the Studio 1-248-579-5295.
Okay, now let's go back to what you asked me about what's the difference. Okay, so the millennials have entitlement issues. They see things differently based on their parents. They don't want to be like their parents. That's their issue. Okay, 35 and older, the issue is I was watching the Real, and Lonnie was on, and she was saying that her mother taught her, and this is 35 and over, taught her go to school, get a good education, be independent. She never said anything about having a good relationship or having a good man. It's like, if you do these things, you are self-sufficient and be successful, and you don't need anything else. Nothing else is important. She said her mother lied to her.
Wow.
But she has a good man now. She said,
Yeah.
Right.
but what they forgot to tell you is about this relationship. You
Right.
still need a
Right.
quality relationship and a good man.
Right.
A good man.
Right.
And she started crying because she said she has one now. And everybody on the panel was like, oh, yeah, he is really, really good to her. And Gina from the Martin Show, she
Right.
was on. So she's just very bitter right now. She said she's given up on men. And they were trying to convince her, no, you shouldn't give up on men. She's like, I'm successful. I don't really need a man and none of my friends. And they were like, look, you're missing out.
Is that the one that was Dwayne Martin? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she, because
Right.
of what
Right.
what all he was
Went
doing.
through, right.
Just because he was that way doesn't mean that every man out there is like him.
Right.
There are good quality
Right.
men out there. And I hate when women say, oh, all the good men are taken. No, they're not.
Nope.
No, they're not. If you're not finding a good quality man, that means something's wrong with you, and you need to do some more introspection.
See, and that's the thing. Nobody looks at themselves.
Yeah, that's the
You
problem.
have to look at
You are
yourself.
the problem.
Yep.
And fix
That
it. And you know what
common
else you have to do?
denominator.
You have to stay to yourself.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You have to stay to
Absolutely.
yourself.
Because
how
that's
you-
not true.
And that's how you get rid of insecurities, man. A lot of relationships come with insecurities too.
Yeah.
Okay. And sometimes somebody might not think they're good enough, they're not pretty enough, they're not blah blah blah, they're not this. But what y'all just said is key. You have to go inside of yourself to figure out who self. You can never be
Yeah.
good for anybody,
Anybody.
No.
until you know who you are.
That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I always say that.
And you know what
can't
you have to
make
do?
Nobody else happy
my
until you
my
happy with
thing is
yourself.
too, because like 5-star know, like my best friends are women, and I asked them, did I just fuck up? What did I do? And they'll tell me. People got to learn how to take criticism.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have to learn how to take criticism, and I had to learn how to take. If I can dish it out, I should be able to
Yeah.
take it. But you got to be able to take it from someone that genuinely loves you.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Absolutely.
Genuinely love you.
Absolutely.
That's when you really can hear from
And
them.
that goes back to what we saying when people come and talk to you. They know you're not going to candy coat it.
Right.
They know you finna, whether it's going to hurt my feelings or not, he going to let me know
Right.
for real.
Right.
And people appreciate that more, and they might be mad for a hot second.
Yeah.
Until they go and sit back.
Yeah.
But friends will sit back and they'll come back and tell you, I'll be like, yeah, so I went back, and you going to be on my side because I'm your boy. Instead of Tone, you was wrong as hell. You shouldn't have did that.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to sit back like, damn.
Maybe I
was right.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just hate when I sit up and I hear this shit a lot. I hate when men sit up and cheer another man, cheer another man for messing with a whole bunch of women.
Yeah,
That irks me. I hate hearing that. Well, see, you know, back in the day, you. We not talking about back in the day. We talking about right now.
Right.
We talking about right. I made it to right now. We made it to 50. Do you know how fucking blessed we are to make it here?
Definitely.
Right.
Everybody got their own stories how they made it here. You know what I'm saying? We
Absolutely.
here and healthy.
Yeah.
But you know what, Kazan? I mean, the guys who tell you that, you know, because that was that pimp era.
Exactly.
Okay, and that was appropriate back then.
Yes.
Okay,
No, I'm
and
talking. I
most of-
hear it now in the barbershop.
and that's
And
they
I hear
still
men
living
talking
off
They
that
still
pimp
living off that pimp
mentality.
And they think it's
So
okay.
it is
and it's
not
like,
okay.
And then when I say, dude, you got a wife. Like you have a wife, man.
And then you know what too, man? A lot
That's
of
not
times,
acceptable.
guys that married live vicariously through the stories.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do.
Knowing that you're not
And
finna
the
go
women
do
too.
none of that.
Women too.
But
Yeah.
you just like to hear, like, so what you do, dog?
Yeah.
Like, man, all right, I'm on my way to the crib, but I'll be at the barbershop next week.
Yeah, you
To
want
be continued.
Yeah.
you do.
You know,
I just be hearing, and they get like in a pack, like just like a pack of puppies, and they just be, oh yeah, well, I had her. Blah, blah. I'm like, dude, because and the only reason why I'm saying this now, because I didn't have nobody tell me this back when we
then.
was going to school.
Right.
Because if I
was
did,
the way
I
of
wouldn't
life.
have been doing it.
Okay, now going back to Lonnie's story about her mother, it is our responsibility as parents. The parents weren't talking about this at home. These kids were learning,
Especially when you was
these
in a
things-
single parent home.
Yeah,
Right,
they were
right.
learning these things from other people outside of the home.
Right.
They
Who
we
didn't
learned it
see
from,
good
Tom?
relationships
The OGs
in the
in the
home,
hood,
and
yeah.
then they didn't see anything outside the home.
Right.
So it is our responsibility for anybody 35 and older with kids for us to instill the values that we want them to have about a good relationship.
Because you know who giving our kids relationship advice?
Cartoons.
Social media.
social media.
Yeah.
Social media, because guess what?
Yeah.
Mom and daddy too tired from work to come home just to sit down for an hour
Absolutely.
and see what their kid thinking.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you can see what your kid thinking, because I learned this from therapy. I used to pick my son's brain just by going in the room, just sitting in there.
Yep.
What was someone talk about that just to see how they thinking, just by the numerous questions that you ask them. These parents coming home thinking they too tired to talk to them because the teacher didn't babysit them, but the teacher ain't taught them nothing. Because
don't
you
allow
ain't
them to
taught them
teach
nothing from home.
They don't know the guidelines, man, for teaching.
Oh,
Like
my gosh.
somebody put up a post last week about home economics. We had all of that.
We had it.
Cooking class, all the tools that will prepare you in life for life. And the schools have cut it out.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Driver's
They've cut it
training.
out. Driver's training.
That's a big one.
Auto mechanics.
Oh my gosh.
You know, home
Trade,
economics,
anything
cooking,
dealing with trades.
all of it's just took out.
Right.
But it's the parents' responsibility.
Exactly.
Just like my daughters, I keep them in craft classes, they're sewing classes. You need to know
Yeah,
how to
you
do
need to know
all
how
that.
to do all that.
Cooking, I mean, just baking, whatever it is,
Yeah.
it is your responsibility
Because-
as a parent to
And
do
you
that.
know, because all that circles into a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's supposed to.
Yeah.
Okay, then let me tell you this. In the Indian culture, okay, the girls are taught these arts and the 64 arts. Okay, and it involves knitting and everything. They have to learn things about sex. I mean, this is what they teach their daughters. So guess what? At 18, 19, when they come to America or do whatever and they get married, they are prepared for that. They learn how to communicate. They do this. They prepare their daughters for that next phase. Nobody in certain communities or in Americans, let's just say that, they're not preparing their kids for that. Really, you're not teaching them that.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's sad.
But that's why other countries look at us like we weak.
Yeah.
They say we weak
And
because
they feast on that, man.
they feast
And
on it.
we
But
talk
them,
about the fact that their marriages are arranged. I know a lot of Indians, right? When the kids are born, what they do, they have, it's sort of like, we're going to call that person an astrologer, but it's a little deeper than astrology. And they superimpose the two charts. So they look at everything in the charts to see if these kids are compatible, and if these families, if they could be, if they can be intertwined, and if it would be beneficial for the families to be together. Okay, and it's usually, okay, do we have enough money? Is this family educated? Is this and that? And if they are, then guess what? That kid, they make a pact, the two families, and say, hey, our kids are going to be married. At 18 or 19, they get married. They could come to America, they go anywhere they want to, but you got somebody right there. And I told a lot of my American friends, and they were like, you know what, I wouldn't want that because that's prearranged and it doesn't last. Those marriages last. And then the Indians were telling me, they were saying that if there is a problem and they're fighting, the couple, both families get involved, and they're like, look, we're not going to have this. We're going to hash this out. The elders come and sit down, and they're trying to work it out. We've got kids. We've got money. We have things that are on the line. You guys are going to stay together.
Right.
And work this out.
Making big business moves. I used to do a class like that. I would get couples together, people that were married and just dating and things like that, and I would bring them down into my basement, and I would get those charts. And I would say, this is who you are, Kasim. 5-star, this is who you are. Read it, right? And then you'll sit there and you'll read it. And then I say, now switch. Because you need to know who this person is, too.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So when you're done reading that, I want you guys to go back home and watch each other and see if those charts are not right.
And it's accurate.
and I seen something like that
It's
on the
very
show, and they say when you in something, you got to have these healthy exercises.
Yes.
And every 2 weeks, y'all have a question that y'all have to ask each other.
Yeah.
And it has to be about y'all two, whether it's about sex, the food, cooking, or something. You have to do these things because relationships they start dying out, getting boring.
Right.
So-called getting boring.
Right.
You know, and you and that other person supposed to always impress each other.
You do get complacent.
Yeah.
And it's the thing, you stop getting your hair done. Now you wearing the bonnet and pajamas.
Oh, you running out the house.
Right. You don't feel like you don't have to
hurt
get
nobody's feelings.
right.
Yeah.
You don't feel like you have
But
to
you
get
know, I
up
hear a
right
lot-
for me
Yeah.
no more. You like, I'm like, man.
I hear a lot of
You
men
see all these
complaining.
beautiful women out here,
Right.
it's like,
So it's like, hey,
Yep. Soon as we go to the grocery store, you head wrapping all that.
Yep.
But soon your girls call and you just going to get your nails done. Oh, it's a different look.
right.
Like, why
Right.
you ain't look like that
Right.
with me?
Right.
right. I still deserve that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And the same thing for the guys. They let
Yeah.
themselves go.
Oh,
They don't work out at the gym.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
Hair, beard. What is this?
Yeah.
I
Stop
always tell guys,
grooming.
look,
Yeah.
you have to stay
Oh,
well groomed. However I met you, you have to stay that way. Because I'm going to lose interest,
Yeah.
and that's the problem.
Yep.
Hey, because my wife used to say, damn, where you going?
Good. That's
But
a good
you
thing.
know,
yeah.
and you know what's crazy too? When I was married with mine, she got so used to I don't care if I was going to the gym, little cologne. She
Right,
got
right.
used to it. Like, I just have a thing about you would never catch me slipping.
Yeah.
Right.
If you
right.
catch me slipping, that means you love the shit out of me and I get a pass.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, we get to cracking jokes,
Yeah.
you get to throw it up in my face.
Yeah.
You know, but that's the healthy part of a relationship.
Right, right.
When your mate can do that to each other, y'all can just laugh it off.
Yeah.
You know, and that's
Yeah.
another thing. I see couples together and they can't even laugh.
Yep.
Yeah.
I see couples at dinner and they sitting down eating.
Not even talking to each other.
No.
Yeah. This is what
phone
it's
in their
like.
face.
Hey, you
No
know what else?
communication.
Hey, but you know another problem too?
That's miserable.
Why they sitting across from each other? They should be sitting next to each
Well, that's
other.
called elbow space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
They don't
elbow
want nobody
space.
messing with your crab. Huh? Your elbow in my crab plate.
Yeah.
Right,
I'm
right.
trying to eat. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. That's why I wouldn't want pet peeves. I don't like nobody reaching in my foot. I'd be like, nah, he just asked you. What
want
you
something?
want?
Okay,
As
now
soon as I get it. You want.
I wish the other men could have made it today because I've been waiting because I know y'all know what's going on out here and it's been on fire for the last 2 months. In these marriages, why are these women getting caught cheating so much? It's been like on fire lately.
You know why?
like just, and I talk about it with, whoever, and they be like, first that I talk with one of my women friends. Well, Cassine, y'all did it so much. I'm like, I don't want to hear that. What y'all did?
I think
this ain't tag team.
You know what? It's a little deeper than that.
I know it is.
But you know what? One of the main things that I hear, one of the reasons why the women say that they cheat, is because they got married for the wrong reasons. Most of the women that I've talked to who have been honest,
yeah, because it got to be.
They said they married for money and not for love. Now they hook up with somebody that they love, and now they want to leave him, but now you caught. It's like, do I stay in this relationship and I'm miserable? That's why they not talking and they texting and everything. She's not attracted to him, but she just did this for the money. She got kids now, but she's in love with somebody else. They have all these things in common. They have the conversations. They have all this stuff, but it may not necessarily be the money. So now they're confused. That's why they cheat.
Hey, Lorenzo Watt said this is the vice versa generation.
The vice versa.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
He's Lorenzo.
Absolutely.
He said it's the vice versa generation.
So back to what 5 Star saying, just the same thing as we just were saying. You don't know who your mate is.
Absolutely.
We're having issues here. You need those charts. You need to sit down and I'm not talking like some astrological chart with 13 signs on it, and I don't understand that symbol. Simple stuff as your birthday can describe who you are to a person. And then you can say, okay, that's who they are. Oh, that's why they do that. And this is
now, what if they started out young, say high school sweethearts?
Yeah.
You still can do that. What we're saying is they do this at birth, Cassine. Yeah. And it helps you. I've even done it for my children. I know who my children are. Okay? And I rear them in a certain way so they can fulfill their desires, their innate desires and things like this. You need to know everybody should do this. But with the problem here in the United States is it's a Christian-based society, and that is considered demonic to do those things. I don't understand it.
And
Indians and other people are not Christians. But as a Christian, you're told not to do these things, but especially in the black Christian church, you get all these women, these black women sitting in the church, and they're single. And there are no men
in the church.
There's a problem with that. I'm having a problem with that.
All the men are over at the mosque.
That's right.
Hey, Lorenzo said again from a guy that dated married women, he said, you're right.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
I know I'm right.
So when you think about what 5 Star is saying, I've had a beautiful chance to sit down and get with different religions and read them and study them and ask questions. And the one thing that I found, right, is that there's no such thing as a Christian in the Bible's eye. Nowhere in that book did it say that we were supposed to call ourselves Christians. That was actually a word to blaspheme the name of Christ. So when you get deeper into things like that, if you're going to a place that is basing themselves on a lie, because I'm telling you, I haven't seen it in there anywhere. Christ, the 4 Gospels, he never said, call yourself a Christian. Never. Okay, so if I've seen just that, and I'm not even talking about the other religions, somebody's lying to us, man. And so now you got all of these women sitting in the church thinking that they're Christians, right? And your pastors aren't telling you. Luckily I got one that has done so, but your pastors aren't telling you. And now you're being misled, and you're thinking that these things that I'm following and these preconceptions or this demonic stuff I'm not supposed to be following, which can get you together, something's wrong there. Something is really wrong. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of that is being boiled over into our relationships, because now you have these women, they're coming into the relationships with this thought that if you're not like Jesus,
right.
Well, they better be like Jesus.
You know what? 5 Star told me something back when we used to be on the phone for hours, and it still blows my mind today about the churches and women and the pastors and how the churches keep the women in there single.
Yeah.
When she told me that blew my mind.
Because of this.
Yeah.
they want those tithes. They want that money. They are not having programs in these churches to encourage these women to get married.
Who's carrying the money now?
Okay.
The women get
Yeah.
the
That's right.
The women are the women carrying the
attorneys
weight
and judges
now.
and stuff.
Right.
They
They
carrying
are.
the weight. So
Listen.
that's where the money is.
I think I told you this, Marlon. I went to that convention down there, the automotive convention,
yeah?
okay, with Jesse Jackson. And they were saying that the automotive industry just realized the economic power of the black woman. They said now they're getting ready to market solely to her. Forget the black man, forget everybody else. And the white woman has
Yep.
no power and
Take
no
away.
money because she
Take
ain't
away.
really making it. Because she
They-
has a
that
husband.
is right.
It is the
They-
black woman. She
yeah.
runs that household. She has economic power. So guess what? These preachers had already figured this out.
Yep.
They figured it out. And guess what? Because if she gets married, her husband is not going to let her give 20, 30, 50% tithing because he's going to be like, baby, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
So guess what? You cannot be married and be in the black church. That's crazy.
She
Yeah.
told me that, Tony. I was
Yeah.
blew away.
Yeah.
Think about it.
I was
Think
like, no
about
wonder
it.
when I went to church, I could never meet one of the women. They brushed me off.
Yeah. The
They was
pastor
already
got
on
it
lock.
No,
Got it on
seriously.
lock. For real.
Those women to be. I've been with Pastor 25
25
years,
years.
and you still single?
Man, and I would tell
Miss
you,
me with that stupidness.
Yeah.
man, my sister is our matriarch for the church. Like wherever church she going, the family's following.
Right.
So I remember, man, she was going to, it was a church on the east side. And at the time, me and my wife, we was going through something. So, they was like, well, you need to talk to pastor. So come to find out, pastor and his wife was sleeping with everybody in the pool pit.
There we go.
So I wanted to talk to the pastor after that, so maybe he can hook me up with something. So they got mad at me. I said, where the pastor at? Y'all want me to talk to him? He the biggest whore in the church. And the wife was right along with him.
But
Absolutely.
telling his congregation, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Right. And save yourself, right?
Yeah.
Save yourself for me because I'm coming over after the chicken
Yeah.
dinner. I'm going to give you
Yeah.
some chicken dinner and I'm going to get a little bit of
Yeah.
something else too.
So wait a minute. So when you told me that story, so are
We
you
just
saying
started-
it's a lot of good women in church, but they're
being
lost?
misled.
They being
They're
misled.
being misled.
Yeah,
Okay.
And
definitely.
I'm not saying just, not all Christian churches are like this.
Not all of them.
Okay, but there a majority of them, they are. And when you walk in there and you see all these women and you see 3 or 4 men and all the men are deacons, there's a problem. There's a pastor, there's a deacon, there's somebody else. There's a problem. I just want to see more churches where they're encouraging people to get married. Okay, they're having relationship workshops and things like this. Okay, I haven't seen that. Maybe at Joel Osteen's church.
And then you know what?
You know what I'm saying? But I haven't seen any, or heard about any.
I think when guys think of a church going woman, they think that they can't do all the nasty things they want to do.
That's a lie.
No.
Oh yeah, I believe that.
Listen, let me tell you
but
something.
that's the thought, like,
Tone. Tone. And I know you know some Christian
Yeah.
girls.
Oh, yeah.
They up in that club.
Yeah.
They turned up.
yeah,
Bra
Yeah.
off, standing on top of the table.
Yeah.
And then they put their dress on and they this Sunday morning
yeah,
praying.
They try to wash
And they
it
got
away on
they
Sunday.
sure do.
right,
I mean, they could be the biggest freaks.
Yeah.
right.
Because I know
and
some.
that's always been the truth, man.
I know some that tear Friday and Saturday up and be
Yeah.
like, oh, yeah, Cassine, you ought to come to my church.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you ain't going to
Yeah,
the church.
nope. I'm going
Yeah.
to the church T&J
Yeah,
barbershop
yeah,
and get them ties
Yeah.
to go in my pocket.
yeah.
I'm not going to that church. You going? Because
Yeah.
if you going to that church and the shit I know you do, I don't want to go there.
And
But-
9 out of 10, if a woman can get you to go to church with him, he really digging you.
Absolutely.
He really digging you.
Absolutely.
That's the truth. I agree with that one.
But these women they really need to figure out if that church is
Really for them.
for them
Yeah, absolutely.
and why they're going.
Absolutely.
You know, I know some women and they were going, and I mean, they did all kinds of stuff. I mean, you get the pimps, the hoes, the this, the that. You had this horrible life. Now you trying to clean up, and now you in the church. So you go from one extreme to the next.
Yep.
I've had people tell me, so why aren't you in church? I said, listen, I have been spiritual all my life. I don't have to do that like that. It's not necessary. My value system is intact. A lot of these people go to develop a value system because it has been compromised.
Yeah.
And I'm good. I'm solid. I don't need somebody to tell me what to do, because that's already been done.
But
when
do
I
you
was
think
younger.
some churches do help some people?
Yes.
Some churches do help some people.
Yes, like those people who have been pimps, hoes, whatever, and they were compromised. They need to be there. They need to be there.
It's a strong basis
But
in the church.
what
man.
I
A
need
strong basis.
to see is more of the preachers in these churches doing relationship workshops and things like that. That's important for the community. They're not doing that.
Yeah.
Telling these people how to relate to their children, how to communicate. These are the things that they need to do. And stop talking about somebody's weave and things that are not important. That is stupidness. When I hear people come and tell me, well, I said, so what was the sermon about? Oh, girl, let me tell you.
That's the
You need to
problem
come
right
with
there.
me. I will never go with you.
Right,
I'm not
right,
going
right,
with
right.
you.
That's the issue right there. If it
I would
wasn't
have to be
about
retarded to go
biblical
with you for
teaching,
that
You
craziness.
wasting your time.
Right.
No, you're
Right.
insane. And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I don't believe in God or anything like that. It's just the institution that I'm having a problem with. And the institution is being run by people who are misleading a whole bunch of folks.
Yeah.
That's what I'm having a problem with.
Yeah.
248
That's what I'm having a problem
579 5295.
It is
Call
your
in.
responsibility as an individual to make sure your household is straight. And if all these black women are running their household, they need to figure out if that church where they're going is right for them and giving them the right value system and encouraging relationships or not. And you need to make sure you're being a good example for your kids and you're giving them proper advice about relationships early on.
Yeah,
Let me ask you a
because
question.
everything, all this we talk, all this got to do with relationships.
All of it.
Absolutely.
A healthy
Do
Do
relationship.
you believe in playing your role in the relationship as a woman?
Yeah, but see, I define what that role is. And then I explain that to that person, and we go from there. And if it's not compatible with what you're doing, then fine. Hey, I'm good. Keep it moving.
And that's one thing I've come to respect about 5 Star. You know, I've had the wonderful conversations. You know, me and 5 Star, we've talked, and from the conversations that I've gotten from her, she knows, you know what I'm saying, what she wants. But it's not she doesn't have to be the alpha woman if she doesn't want to.
Right.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying? You know, well, I don't know what her situation is as far as
Right,
the relationship, but if she so chooses, she can run her household by herself.
Right.
But she is still in search for that compatibility that
Right.
can come in and you know, set the tone to where I don't have to do all of that anymore.
Absolutely.
So
But I
will you
still want
step
this.
back
Oh.
if you had, if a strong man was in your life, would you follow his lead?
Oh, absolutely. I have. I mean, you know, I've been married before, and I did that. I would consider myself more of a beta woman. I want somebody to lead, but I have to have the right man.
Person. Right.
Because I know what I want.
Right.
And I know where I'm going. And I can't have somebody who their mind is blowing like the wind. You know what I'm saying? They have to be strong. They have to be determined. They have to want to be successful. They have to have certain qualities in order for me to say, okay, fine, go ahead and lead. I don't have a problem with that. And it does not disempower me at all.
And I think a lot of women have a problem with that. Just because
They
now,
do.
like you said, you know, so many households now are just the single mother homes. So if they do come up with a guy, the kids are
Already running the home.
already running the home, disobedient. It's hard to
the problem.
step in and say something because, you know, he's like, oh, these not my kids.
I just
But
just got out
you
of
know,
a relationship like that.
you
man.
know, you letting him lay around the house at 23 and he ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, and you know what's
And that's the
me-
problem.
oh,
And then she'll
yeah.
get upset with you.
Yeah, 'cause
and
you
think,
said
right,
something about
but
her
you're
son.
being honest.
Honest, yeah.
And she can't appreciate
Yeah.
that. So, no, she's not the right woman.
Right.
Absolutely.
Because
if you can't give your woman or your man advice about something, and they trust that you really come from the heart,
Yeah.
okay, and not trying to deceive them, then you don't need to be with
Yeah,
them.
right.
That's a problem.
And Tone, no, we
That's a problem.
I had to learn how to lead the hard way by a whole bunch of mistakes because I wasn't taught.
Right.
Wasn't no father. We grew up the same way, so we had to learn the hard way. And I was like, to me, that was kind of the best way.
Right. Right.
You know, that was kind of the best way because it's hard because a lot of men don't know what leading is.
They don't.
Right.
They don't.
Right.
They really
And a lot of women don't know what it is either.
Right.
So you get two people together that don't know what they're doing.
Blind leading the blind.
Blind leading the blind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't know how to follow because they've been taught, just like Lonnie was saying, her mother told her just how to lead, how to be successful, not even how to have a good relationship. And her mother probably raised her single. She didn't have a husband, and her aunts and everybody was the same way. So they don't know. So there needs to be workshops about this. For these young women, how to lead. Forget the etiquette. I mean, that's important too. But how to have a good relationship? How do you do that? You
And be
know,
willing to
what
listen.
qualities does it take?
Because
for you
if
to
I
do
meet
that?
one more woman that don't know how to make ramen noodles,
Yeah.
we gonna have a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, that one ain't the
Could say you
one.
joking.
You think I'm playing?
That ain't
You
the
got
one.
it.
Tom, she think I'm playing, Tom.
Are you serious?
You think I'm playing?
My sons was
You
making
can't make a
that
good
at
ramen
7,
noodles.
5 and 6,
Right,
7 years
right.
old. Man. What the heck? Come on. No, but you know that's a lost art, man. Where
Yeah.
are those women that, like she said, in the tribes or in these different cultures, they are taking these children and they're raising them in this stuff.
crazy.
Like, this is how you cook a bowl
Yeah.
of noodles. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? This is how you clean
Simple.
a house. Simple stuff.
Yeah.
Simple.
But it's being taught, and it's not being taught here in these Americas, man.
No.
It's not being taught to our
No.
people over
No.
here.
No, not at all.
And as was challenged the other day, where are these leaders at?
Yeah,
Where are these
proper leaders.
Yes. Where are these
Because
leaders?
we got some false leaders out there.
Oh my gosh. It's retarded, man.
We really do.
It's retarded.
You
and
know
I was
what? Let me tell you something. I was at, oh my goodness, it was some event.
Popeyes.
No. I'm not going there. I'm not going
Never.
there. Okay. Who knows what's going to happen there?
Yeah.
There's a curse out there on that.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. But I was at an event, and somebody walked up to me and gave me this flyer. And they said that they were retraining these boys. So I looked and I'm like, retraining them how? Well, what is this all about? They were teaching young men how to change a tire, how to, if a toilet is clogged, how to use the damn plunger, how to unclog a sink, how to do basic things that a father is supposed to teach them how to do.
And you know what's crazy?
And they don't know how to do
You know
this. And
what's
I'm
crazy?
like, really?
Cause it's crazy because I grew up with a mother, no father. She taught me them things.
What these women are not teaching their sons how to do this.
And, it's
Right.
and hold on,
And it's a
I'm here
problem.
and talk. And I hear a
don't
lot of
wanna-
women.
don't know how to
want 'em
change
to
a
do it.
I
tire?
hear a lot of women
Triple A
complaining, oh, that's a man's job. Well, guess what? He ain't got a man in his life.
Man.
You got to teach him.
And
I could
that's
not
so
believe
funny. I
that.
swear,
Oh,
man.
man,
My
I hear
cousin
that.
this week, a friend of his, 42, called him to change his tire. He had a flat tire.
That's
My cousin
ridiculous.
just was
See?
telling me, he said,
That's why
man, you ain't going to believe this shit. I said, man, what? He said, dog, you know this motherfucker don't know how to change a tire.
Wow.
And he called me and asked me to come change his tire.
Wow.
Or they
If a
don't
woman
know
get
how
with a
to
man and he don't know how to
charge
change a
Yeah.
tire,
a battery.
that's
Yeah.
her fault.
Or,
Yeah.
you know, which cable goes on what?
What? Yeah.
Black on black, red on red. Okay, I thought that's how that goes. These boys don't know how to do this.
But when you a single parent, you a parent.
Yeah.
It's your responsibility.
But they're not doing that
I
because
know.
they're too busy
Because
thinking
I hear a lot
about
of women
other
complain.
things.
Yeah, I hear a lot of
Tire,
women
like
complain.
you said
Well,
earlier,
that's a
tire
man's
from
job.
work.
Yeah.
That's a man's job. That's a man's job. No, sweetie, you're in a house with him alone. Or
Absolutely.
he's with his father. You got to do that.
Absolutely.
You got to stop complaining.
But you know what? Then on the other hand, like Tone said, now about that woman. You come in, you a good man, and you see that this young boy doesn't know how to do something. You say, well, hey, baby, I'm going to teach him how to do. I don't want you teaching my son nothing. There's a problem. He okay.
He good.
Agreed.
There's a problem with that. No,
Yep.
teach him everything you possibly can. There's no man. Let's do this.
But they don't want
But
you to
they
do
don't
that.
want to do that because guess what? They're running things. If they don't come up with that ideal, then it's not going to happen. And that's a problem. And that's really selfish.
It
That's
is.
selfish as
And
is
then
really
they
selfish.
wonder why they
Yep.
can't find a man.
Right,
I tell
right.
them in a minute at work, you can't find a man because of your kids. That's why.
That's sad, man.
And I've
Yeah.
had dudes tell
That
me
is
why
for
they
real.
left him
Right.
alone.
Yeah.
Like the woman got mad at him because he wasn't taking the garbage out. He said, man, I refuse. When it's a 25 and a 23-year-old at this house, man, don't shovel the snow, don't take the garbage out, and you going to have the nerve to get mad at me?
But
they-
wait a
I ain't
minute.
taking
Wait,
garbage
this is what
out.
they do for those children, though. They shower them with Jordans and
Yep.
things that they don't
Rewards.
deserve.
Rewards.
For they haven't done any works to get these
Rewards.
things. You're not in. You're at home. You're 18 years old. You don't have a high school diploma because your parent didn't push you to go and
Yeah.
get it. But I'm gonna still make sure your clothes are the flyest on the block. But this young person is still out doing dumb
Doing-
things.
doing-
And look, and that's why when I hear grown women and men say, I'm not dating a grown man or woman with kids.
With kids.
I'm not finna deal with that.
That's the reason why.
I don't even want to take a chance and deal with that. And somebody, no, you can't. Then I thought about like, guess what? They have a reason.
Yeah.
They have a reason because a
Yeah.
lot of these kids out of control.
Out
Yeah.
of control, man. And then you got to come into that and try to correct it.
Yeah.
You know, or try to
And
find
she
a way.
doesn't want
And
you
she
to.
doesn't
And
want
she
you to.
don't want
Because
you. She don't
now
want
when you
that.
get
She's
into
not
it with that
receptive.
child, you
Yeah.
into it with the mother.
Yeah.
You know, and now it's just
Yeah.
a whole break of hell in the household. You know,
Right.
Whole nother dimension.
Whole
Yeah.
nother dimension.
Nobody speaking each other.
That's the fifth
Nobody.
dimension, right?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Somebody say they can't hear the number. 248 579 5295. Third quarter
see,
podcast
on that note, I
studio
think we need to do a
one.
toast.
It's our year anniversary. I tried to go slow, then now I'm gonna have to go Sesame Street slow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do the count slow.
Or maybe you got to put it in Spanish. You have to ask them, are they speaking Spanish or different?
Oh yeah, we do gotta
Dos,
pop this.
cuatros.
I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do
Go
this.
that way.
This way.
He used to open at the other end, crossing my
I used
head.
to always be,
Oh yeah.
I don't last that over at them 40s. We used to drink in Persian. We used to walk around pissy drunk in school with them 40s. Everybody had a 40. We walk around school early in the morning with a 40 pissy
Those
drunk.
were awful.
Man, terrible.
Yeah, that was a good day.
Got high off of one joint.
Off on
Oh my
one.
God.
one
All right.
8 guys.
And
Oh,
it
my
wasn't,
God.
but see that, you know, that's another issue. I was just looking at some the other day. The marijuana thing that's going on right now, man. There is a reason for that. Like what you just said, 8 people got high off of one joint
joint.
back
Yep.
then. Now you see guys rolling these thick blunts
Yep.
all day long.
Long.
And will continuously, like if we were
'Cause that means
here
it's nothing.
and each one of us had a bag and we
Yep.
sitting here and we doing this and we steady passing it. I tell you, man, God bless my boy's soul. We'd be down at Shane Park and you know the upstairs by the bar and the bathroom area. It's like the weed Olympics up there.
Right.
So I asked my boy, and because I don't smoke, so I said, which weed was the good weed?
They don't
And
know.
he said, I
I
don't
don't
know.
even know.
So you're wasting your money. If I have to smoke a whole quarter to get high, you wasting your money.
And your loan.
Yeah.
And your
So-
lungs, because the tobacco is stronger in that cigar.
And so
Yes.
and that's
And,
the
Yes,
and I'm
it
gonna
is.
tell you, society again has made them think that they need that to cope.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So they believe that.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
believe that.
And everybody
Everybody.
is doing it. That
Everybody's
ain't
doing
even.
it. It's just social now.
It
man.
is. It is.
Yeah,
It's
they don't
social
know
now.
what's in it.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
a
that's a
lot of these
problem.
kids coming up now, they coming up is pills in their system.
Yeah.
All this stuff, and then you mix it with all this weed,
All of that.
everything else, and the mothers ain't winning. Got nobody diagnosed when they was little because they always say, "Oh, they just bad."
Yeah.
Because these things were supposed to be used for medicinal purposes.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Only when needed.
Exactly.
And now it's flooded in the market. They got factories coming up everywhere with this stuff, man.
Yep.
And it's just another way.
I did it.
Oh, you did it without popping all over the place. But now
I did it.
these things are being used as a weapon against
Yeah.
society, you know. And they are, thank you.
And
they
I
are.
believe that it's the underlay for those.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. So now you have these mechanized weapons that are in our society, and it's changing the children's physical.
Yeah.
This ain't to do with their spirit no more. This is all the physical appearance.
But something like she said, I feel like this. If the black community is already suffering enough,
Right.
and you got all these rich churches, each area code. If these churches just took an area code, health shops for relationships, health shops for grooming, for etiquette for women and men, can change the whole city of Detroit.
So here's the challenge then. Forget the church.
Yeah, we gonna do it.
We gonna do it.
That's right.
You say you at the barbershop how many times a day?
Yeah, I ain't got time to do it.
Oh, you know what?
You hear that? So what makes you think the church got time to do it?
Yeah, they say they ain't got. You hold on. How you gonna drink?
Wait
Wait a minute. That
Church with all the money.
that made him drink.
The church got all the
But
money.
you missed my point.
I get it though. No, I'm just saying.
You can start a nonprofit organization, man. You know, where people will literally, I'm telling you, it's so much money out here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And
It
they are
is.
looking for entrepreneurs to donate these funds
So
to.
guess
for
what
them.
we're gonna do? Okay, you in, Tone?
Yeah, man.
Okay, so what we need to do, the four of us need to get together, and you don't have to do it at the barbershop, Cassine. We're letting our listeners know we're getting ready to do a skills workshop about relationship skills, the basic things that are missing in our children's lives to help strengthen the community.
And not only the children, the grown-ups.
Yeah,
you know?
that too, whoever.
Because it's
Grown-ups
a
too.
lot of women and men out here don't know how
That's
to
right.
groom too.
Okay, so bring your mama,
Yeah.
and you come on down.
Yeah, we do.
And then we need
That
to
will be something
Right,
great
no,
to start though.
seriously.
Seriously, though.
It
And
will.
we
need to
got
do this.
because this relationship thing is serious out here, and people don't know how much this relationship thing affects the community and everything else that's going on in this world.
Yeah.
You know.
And it's like goes back to what you said about this, it's not being homophobic, but they're forcing it on society.
Yeah. And that's
on
not fair.
Kids you are who you are. So you can figure that out by yourself without watching Casper the Friendly Ghost giving somebody head that's another male ghost. You know what I mean? If you can understand what I'm saying.
Exactly.
And it's just like it's sad.
But you know what? And just like you said, now we need to teach them how to deal with that, because a lot of these kids, when they're presented with these situations, they don't know how to say no in an appropriate manner without looking weak.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't know how to deal with peer pressure. So there needs to be some things about peer pressure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I used to tell people when I was in college, because I did not drink, I ain't into that. I'm not into peer pressure. You can't make me do anything I don't want to do. Everybody was drinking. I did not.
And guess what happened?
And that's difficult because most college students doing that.
They get it in. But it's always you don't know, like when you sit back and don't do it, somebody's watching from afar.
Yep.
And to come and
Absolutely.
say something like, man, I'm going to try that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because it was like when I stopped drinking, I would tell them, don't stop drinking because I do it because you want to. And I don't want to be the Debbie Downer when I come in. Everybody like, here come Tom, put the bottle up. No. Do your thing. I just want you to be safe and responsible. So, but if you feel like you don't want to drink, or if you're giving me that much respect where, you don't drink when I come in, I'm good with that too. But I know what it did to me.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So I chose to stop. I needed to. Or I wouldn't be right here right now with this.
But you know what, Tone? Just like you were saying, when you do things that are different from what everybody else is doing, you really do give people permission to do what they have in their heart. 'Cause
Yeah.
I know when I was getting my divorce, I know people came up to me, they were like, you don't seem like you're getting a divorce or anything. You just seem normal. And it gave other women permission to do the same thing. I had other women come up to me, you know what, I just filed for divorce because I'm really not happy.
Yeah.
And I don't have to be sad. And I don't have to, it doesn't have to be really, really bitter or whatever. And it's like, yeah. So just be who you are.
That's right.
And then there's somebody looking at you and they may say, you know what, I'm going to be who I am.
That's true.
Yeah.
We got a caller.
Oh, good. We need it.
Who's calling? Who's calling to the third quarter on his anniversary day?
Cliche?
Yo.
Oh, Pastor Motor Street Sweeper.
Okay.
Let's go, because he been lighting my timeline up. Let's go.
I'm on y'all ASF tonight. Y'all tripping.
What?
Y'all tripping.
How are we?
What y'all talking about these? Well, let me say this. Some of the things y'all say y'all right. But y'all better start putting the clause in there about certain churches and certain pastors. Cause I be getting so tired of being lumped in with everybody else. I don't care if myself, a pastor, has a struggle, has an issue. It does not translate to a pastor not being authentic about God, about ministry, and about people. I preached a sermon today about dealing with sin, about how I said eat now, pay later. Sin is not fat free. I don't only preach on sin. I preach on a lot of other stuff, but I dealt with sin today, but not in the way. Can y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Not in the way in which most pastors want to preach it. They want to always preach it from the power of position of their power. Like they always like people want to say, "Oh, I don't do this, I don't do that. I walk in holiness." Oh, shut up! Ain't nothing holy about you besides God and your connection with Him. But here's my thing: they only talk that stuff in the area they're strong in. And according to the Bible, it said all have sinned and fall short of the glory, according to Romans 6:23. Then it goes on to say in Hebrews 25 that if you kept the whole law and have not broke any of them laws, but you fall at one point, you're guilty of them all. So the flat line of the whole thing is that we all are sinners. We all are sinners. Your mama, my mama, our babies, your daughter, your bishop, your whoever. We all are sinners, and we all have fell short. And we all are on the same playing field because all sin is the same other than blaspheming the Holy Spirit. So when we start with that, we can cut out all the looking and pointing fingers. And the Bible says that mercy is greater than judgment. And what happens is we don't confront sin, we confront sinners. That's the low-hanging fruit. Instead of us dealing with sin, and I say the church is guilty of this, the church is horrible with this because they want to always look at people's flaws. I preached on this today, man, about not fighting victims of sin, but fight the bully. Fight the one who the advocate, the one who lock people down in pain and misery and their depression. And we have triggers. We have people eat cake because they going through something. It ain't about how good the cake tastes, but it's comfort food. And so when people going through something in their lives and they depressed, you got triggers. And the same thing with pornography, same thing with adultery, same thing with anger. But I don't care. You might not be guilty of adultery. Maybe that ain't your thing. Like I always said, I ain't never my whole life got high, smoked a weed. Casey can attest to this. I never had a cigarette to my lips. I ain't never got drunk.
Hey,
Mo,
I made some weed brownies back then. You don't remember, but you ate them.
I never had it, bro. I never had it. Never been high.
Mama made them brownies and you ate them.
No, I never had it.
No. But no, you right. You right because
point thing, I done sold more weed than the law allowed.
Yeah,
I done did more sin with women than the law allowed. So who am I to look down on somebody because they getting high? Because that's my strong point. I never had the desire to get high. That was the strong point God gave me. But that don't make me walk around here haughty and a king because I'm I'm strong in that area. We all have our measure of faith. What we're supposed to do is move from a position of love and compassion and as a teacher moment to teach out of our experience. That's what Christ did. The Bible said they caught the woman in the act of adultery. They caught her doing adultery. And they say, all right, what you going to do with her, Jesus? He said, all right, you know what the law say? Hang her on the wall and stone her to death. But let the person with no sin throw the first stone. So the church, number one, they're not in a moral position, especially as raggedy as most of the churches are, to criticize anybody. We got to come from compassion and from experience. Then the brothers sitting there saying, the church this, the church that. Yeah, we were called Christians, brother, because they was mocking the Christians.
I know. That's what I said.
They was acting like Christ. They was being Christ-like. What are these guys? Either Christ, those Christians. Didn't we kill that guy? They're acting like Christ, Christians. These are Christians. They was mocking them. But it was a good thing to be mocked because to be a disciple means a learner. And said the best form of flattery is someone to what? To imitate you.
That's right.
So they were imitating Christ, which is what we're supposed to be like. So therefore we are called Christians, which means to be Christos, to be Christ-like. And that's a good thing.
Okay. Well.
Amen.
Yep. And that's pretty much what I said earlier. You know, nothing. I am never taking anything from the church. The only thing I'm taking from the church is that they're not doing their jobs, and this is why we just issued a challenge For those that
Right.
want to
But
step
hold
up.
on, brother. What's your name, brother? What's
Marlon.
your name?
Yeah, Marlon.
Marlon. Do you know who Pastor Mo is?
Who is that?
Pastor
The
Mo.
guy on the phone talking to you.
No, I don't think I've ever met you.
See, that's what I'm saying. You can't really say what you're saying without being qualified of being lack of understanding. And sometimes you can be
I like that.
In
I
other
like
words,
that,
he's
Pastor.
different.
Yeah, I like that. I like that, Pastor. But I
He's
peeped
exception to the
that
rule.
when you first started speaking. So I have the spirit of discernment as well, man. So I peeped that when you. Oh yeah, when you started speaking. Yeah, when you started speaking.
I'm honest. I'm flawed. I'm flawed. I got issues at the wazoo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm flawed. But watch this. He might say something about. I even had adultery in my ministry as a pastor. I jacked up, tore my drawers, right? But watch this. I ain't never taught that or ever, as a principle, made women not want to be married. Matter of fact, I told my spiritual son, that if your wife, matter of fact, I had 11 preachers, and they could not preach for me unless their wife signed a waiver letting me know they've been taking care of their home first.
Okay.
Your son, if his son ain't had a haircut, and you going to the barber shop, or if he ain't paying his bills, or he at home putting pressure on you, unnecessary roughness, he ain't preaching for me next Sunday. They had to sign off to say, this guy here been doing what's right. See, I didn't teach the things that I struggle with. That's between me and God. I taught right and kept a lot of marriages together. So anybody who's teaching that junk or they're trying to avoid relationships being holy and right, that's crazy to me. And so, but don't lump everybody together because you might see a pastor with a
Well, no,
issue.
it wasn't the lumping
Look
together.
how
I just said those that are not, and there are those that are,
Right.
which you are.
I'm in these streets, bro. Listen, I'm in these streets fighting for guys not to rob and shoot you. I'm in these streets we're dealing with police pressure, dealing with young youth pressure. Watch this. I'm not him. So you ain't gonna find me being perfect in everything. I do enough in this city. I sowed enough seed in this city and in life and in my downline coming from a young man off the east side with no education, high school dropout, GED from prison, no father, no upbringing, and no religion in my background. And now I'm leading one of the leaders in the city. I think I'm doing okay, and now I'm trying to translate that to young youth and people. And so you ain't go. I'm a reform drug dealer. So I'm gonna have residue on me. So I'm gonna look different, act different, and that's okay. I come to accept that. But guess what? I do my freaking job to make sure I am a different type of pastor.
Exactly.
I'm a new. So now I'm talking about the work. I'm talking about what is. See, we can all take the Bible and twist scripture to make it say what we want to say. And we're good at that. But watch this. Can you do it in the elements of which Christ walked in, which is love, compassion, temperance? Can you help somebody out? People speak good in tongues, but have no love to speak to their neighbor or the church up the street or the person in their pew. You know, so it's a lot of mess going on in church. I admit that, but not every pastor is walking in that fashion. But we out here doing some real work on the front line, for real.
Which is where we
All
are.
right. Well, we gonna get back talking about this relationship because everything that we talking about reflects relationships. Because we hitting all topics and everything.
Absolutely.
Healthy relationships. That's what the third quarter is about. You know, that's why, we created this. To talk about because enough of us don't talk.
Yeah.
People like me, Tone, people never thought they'd see me up here on a mic talking about relationship. And I did all the cheating and all that stuff in the past. And why you think I'm here today? I keep saying when we made it to 50, we winning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't make it to 50 getting smart.
What's so amazing is to see you up there talking this way. You was the most horrible one out of all of us.
Damn. Hey, hang up on him. Hang up, click him up. All right, Pastor Mo, I see you at AM 910, Pastor Mo. We got to get out of here, man. Cut him off, dog. He just had to go there, Tone. He just had to go there. I'm cutting. Hit the bell, man. Hit the bell.
That's crazy.
He just had to kill. I didn't want nobody to know all that.
Okay, well, let's do our toast.
Oh.
Okay.
Yes, to our first year. Third quarter.
And Dre couldn't make it. He had he had fatherly duties on there. Another couple of guys that could have came on couldn't make it. And this
Well, I
toast
like
for
the
y'all
fatherly
too.
duties.
Right.
Handle that.
Right. And
Support
and
you.
especially I got a lot of listeners. Lately when we've been going to our 87 parties, I've been having guys and women coming up to me like, man, I like what you're doing.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow. And like I said, we've been doing it for a year, and I ain't,
Right.
I'm like, damn, how I'm going to get people to watch? Guess what? I'm going to keep coming here and keep doing this.
Yeah.
But guess what?
Because people want to come on and talk, but a lot of men choke But sooner or later, they come on here and
Guess
speak.
what? And so this is our year. So next year is going to be even better because we're going to have this program implemented, and we're going to help out more folks.
Another caller.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
How you doing this evening?
Cliche.
Cliche, yeah. How y'all doing?
Hey.
Well, I'm going to give you a short input, man.
How short?
You know, because we speaking on judgment. Basically, we judging.
No. We talking about relationships. We building everything
I know.
around relationship. That's in the middle.
I'm kind of feeding off of what Pastor Mo said. The things that we see and the things that we experience, basically, we talking about that. So when it comes to relationships, I'm in a position where I place myself in a position to be judged. The reason why I place myself in a position to be judged is because once I put myself out there and I'm judged so much, then can't nobody judge me no more because they already know all my flaws. That allowed me to put myself in a position to do better and to see things in a different light. So relationship-wise, as much junk as I talk, I treat whatever woman I'm with, I treat her like she's truly God's gift. So when we're talking about the church and we're talking about the message in the church, we have to look at the route society is going. And to be honest, some people put themselves out there. Some people are meant to follow, and some people are meant to lead. But we have to showcase, a little bit more discipline in our own personal lives when it comes to us having these healthy relationships, this, that, and other. Because I push marriage. And I'm gonna show you how small the world is.
Make it small.
All right. I met Pastor Mo through Casino. And then one day, me and Pastor Mo meet in a meeting with the chief of police on a platform where we're pushing a particular message to the kids. So now we all in the same room, and then we have a responsibility of teaching something to the people who are younger than us. So like you said, he don't teach the things that he struggled with. I'm the same way. I'm not going to teach people my way or how I did things, but I'm going to teach them the right things. So now I ended up meeting the people on the show in that room. So now we all are responsible for pushing a particular message. But when we on that show, we're talking to adults, so we can air out some things that's not necessarily politically correct. But when we out here in this world, we have to push certain things. We have to teach it to each other. As men, we have to teach the women that they're respected. As women, the women have to teach us that we're respected, that we can come together, this, that, and other. So the healthy relationship starts within us, but then we still have to push the message whether things work out or don't. Whether they work out or they don't work out. You know what I'm saying? Because I could be a firecracker, but as much as I love all y'all, I'm in a position now where I got to sit here and watch the show instead of running up there because I don't have so many opportunities open up to me where I have to teach people in the society. I have to get back to my community. I have to do this. I have to do that. But people don't see that part of me. They only see the part that they could be judged on. Little do they realize I get paid to be judged. I literally have a job where I'm paid to be judged. And that's what allows me to pull people in to influence them to do the right thing. But I appreciate all the good dialogue. I don't just stick to, whatever's bad. I know we're talking about the church, and I'm not going to sit here and have an opinion about the church.
No, because that was just. But even what you speaking, we still all speaking about healthy relationships. Everybody has a different opinion on it, and we all speaking on it.
But what I do is, I let somebody a little bit more qualified have that opinion. Pastor Mo a little bit more qualified. We call it Pastor Mo for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I like what you just said. This is
so
cliche.
I'm not
I've heard
on the church. That's the only reason why I say that. I'm Muslim. So.
I heard so much about you, cliche, and I appreciate what you just said about people being qualified. But just because you're in the church does not mean that you're not qualified. Man, listen.
No, I'm talking about me.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm Sunni Muslim.
Okay.
I'm not going to speak on the church due to my faith. You know what I'm saying? That makes it political. Because guess what? I visit churches with my friends all the time. You You know what I'm saying? And I'm a devout believer in Bible, Quran, and Torah. So I'm not political just because of my faith. I know the 66 books of the Bible, plus what the Catholic Church got. I know all 114 surahs of the Quran and the 5 books of the Torah. I know it. But I don't speak on religion publicly in that manner because that could be offensive to people. And I'm not going to be offended. Like when I'm speaking about my own opinion, I'm going to give it to a person. But I listen to it. But guess what? I'm out here on the front lines. Like you said, I'm out here every day. I'm in the street. I'm teaching these people. This is what I get paid to do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm paid to use my influence to push people in the right direction.
Right.
And so, like I say, even like with me and Pastor, we end up on the same stage. The event that we did together was trying to help 3,000 kids get scholarships to go to college.
And that's what we're talking
So
about.
That's what we're talking about.
That's what we're talking about.
Right. Well, you're helping on that end,
Yeah.
and we're going to help with the relationships
Right.
and getting them
And that's
reskilled.
exactly what we're talking
Absolutely.
about.
All right, Cliche. Nice to hear your
All right,
word.
now.
We're going to go on and get back to, because I still got some more
I'm
stuff.
listening. Go
Yeah, we're going to go on because
I'll
it's some other
text you and talk bad about you later.
Oh my God. Okay.
I blocked you. Cliche, I blocked you. I got an iPhone now. I blocked you, Cliche.
Okay. Well, we're going to talk about this later.
I'm calling for another
I
time.
blocked you, Cliche. And I got 5,000 friends I can't accept no more.
Oh my God. Thanks for calling in, Cliche.
All right, now.
Bye bye.
Yeah, so everybody
you
hitting
know
on some
what?
points.
But you know what? Okay, we're gonna just change it up a little bit. I know you and I had talked, and we had some things that we wanted to talk about. We wanted, we needed to go back over this, to rehash what defining cheating and exclusivity. Remember, we wanted to talk about that. Hello. So we get ready to define. Okay, so because I think that a lot of people don't understand what cheating means. They mean, I've heard some women tell me, well, you know what? It's not cheating if I go out here and I kiss another guy and I'm married.
Let's do better than that.
That's
They
not
say if I'm not committed, it's not cheating.
I'm scratching my head about that.
That's what's going on now.
Well, I would agree with that.
Not being committed.
If you're not committed to someone, and you out like we talked earlier, I'm dating a few people right now, so I don't, I really don't owe you an explanation until we come exclusive.
Okay.
But
okay.
There
Now
we
in
are.
that instance, but what? Just like I've heard this, you're married, so there is a commitment, and
Now that's
then
cheap.
you go out there and you kissing on somebody
Yeah,
else. But I didn't have sex with them, but I'm kissing them,
Yeah.
okay, let me
Any
ask you.
physical,
and they think that's not cheating.
that's bullshit.
That's-
I feel so. You mean
That's
tell
worse.
me if I'm pursuing a woman, I'm pursuing her, she pursuing me. We like each other. No sex or nothing involved. I can sit up here and go have sex with somebody else, and if she asks me, tell her, and it's not cheating because we not committed.
Absolutely.
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 But that's not showing no kind of loyalty to her or him
no,
right
you
then,
don't
right?
owe that person any loyalty until you
Until-
guys
yep.
had a verbal contract. Here we go. We got to
agree.
have to
I
establish
totally
a contract.
agree. Yeah. Now
I agree,
you,
too.
You might
That's
be,
an assumption.
I don't
You're
agree.
on an
I'm
assumption.
sorry.
That's good.
That's
I
an
don't agree.
assumption.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's an
I don't.
assumption.
I don't.
Yeah.
There has to be a
until
contract.
we say, hey, this has been going pretty well. I don't want to see anybody else but you. How about
Absolutely.
you?
Absolutely.
We
Now
have
it-
that, and then
That's it.
Then
That's
yeah.
all bets off.
Yeah.
Right. You put everybody on
Off,
pause,
yeah.
and it's just the two
Yeah.
of
So
us.
the issue with that is like, okay, those same 5 people, they get emotionally involved, right? So everybody's emotionally involved with this one person that is saying that he's not cheating because I haven't made a verbal contract with any of you.
Right.
Absolutely.
So to these 5 women, they're in their mind, and once again, that's the projection. They're exclusive to you because they have laid down with you and given you something that's supposed to be precious from them to you.
So, because at the end of it, it's a race between those 5.
It is a competition.
Yeah, it's a
It's a
competition.
competition, and that's where it
To-
gets. That's where it starts getting
right.
tight. And
Now, some of them may have attitudes with you, but they can't say that you lied to them about
Absolutely.
anything.
Absolutely.
So
And
if they
that's
call,
where my agreement
and
is.
they always say, don't ask something that you don't want to hear the answer to. Now, if you call me and I don't answer,
Or if I answer the phone and say, hey, I'm out right now, I'll call you back.
Right.
And then like, who
Shouldn't
was
be
you
a
out
problem.
with?
I don't have to answer.
I don't have to answer. Or I could say, oh, me and 5 Star went out to eat and went to the movies.
Absolutely.
Who was 5 Star? You wouldn't know if I told you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
But
the verbal
see,
agreement definitely
Yeah.
binds
So-
the contract.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like
so
a handshake.
basically, you can't assume anything.
Anything.
And that's what these people are doing in dating. They're assuming everything. So when you first start dating a person, you need to disclose that. This is where I am. And to define what it means to be dating that person.
Because I'm going to tell you.
And we just date.
This is what people would go by. If me and you went out 3 times, we go together.
Oh, yeah.
And you like,
That's how it used
No,
to be.
That's
no,
how, I mean, but
that doesn't work.
No, that's dead.
No.
but that's what you know, that's what it would be like. You
That's
know,
obsolete now.
It's like, damn, we just went out 3 times.
No.
No, until we discuss, this is who me and you, we gonna do this. Then
Yes.
we in a relationship.
So
Now
I would-
we're in a relationship.
So I would, based on what you just said, that never assume anything. That's,
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Miguel Ruiz did the
Absolutely.
4 agreements.
Absolutely.
I would advise anybody that's listening tonight
Excellent
to
book.
look at that. The 4
Okay.
agreements by Miguel Ruiz. It's 4 simple agreements that he came up with, or he was divinely inspired, because he does use scripture behind it. And one of the agreements is never assume anything.
Absolutely.
Right.
And that's what these people are doing in dating. They're assuming everything.
I got something.
And you know
I've
what
been
it's
waiting
fair.
to ask.
Make an ass out of you and me.
Absolutely.
Somebody want me to ask it. Somebody want me to say this on here, and they said, I'm gonna ask this to y'all.
Okay.
They said a man spends less money on a woman dating her if she likes him.
What?
No.
What do you mean? A man spends less money.
A man, you spend less money when you date a woman that likes you.
I agree.
I'm not understanding.
I agree. What he's saying is, so I'm out here. Let's say I got an $80,000 a year job, and I'm dating this young lady. She really digging me. She didn't even know I had $80,000, but she sees that I'm a decent guy. I'm around. I spend time. Most women, if I'm not mistaken, just wants a man that's there.
Right.
So if I have a woman that's feeling me, that stuff, going out and doing all
Right.
that stuff, it's not going to matter.
right.
They would literally rather be at home,
Right.
standing in the kitchen together, cooking and cleaning together. And I'm telling you this from experience. I had a young lady that would literally rush from work to get home just so we can stand in the middle of the kitchen, dance, cook, laugh, and have drinks together.
Okay. From a woman's perspective, I don't necessarily think that that's so.
Okay.
Because whatever my lifestyle is, if I'm dating you, I'm going to continue that. I go out all the time. So, and I go very nice places. So if I'm dating you, I'm going to continue to do that. No, not to say that I'm not going to stay home and we can't cook together and we can't do those other things, but this is what I normally do when I'm alone.
Okay.
So back to the
And that doesn't necessarily
Okay, we got
mean
another
that you're
phone
not
call.
going to spend.
We got a phone caller.
we got to get back to that. We got it.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey, who calling in to the third quarter?
this is Siobhan.
Chevy.
Hey, Siobhan.
Hey,
I hear a whole bunch in the background.
Hey,
Oh, she got to turn on.
I
her
just
radio.
want to disagree with Five Star.
How you do it? Turn it down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you going to disagree with me?
Yeah, I agree with Cassine, and I'm sorry, is it Marlon?
Yes.
Marlon.
Okay, I agree with you because for me, and pretty much all the women I know, if I'm dating somebody and I'm not going to let him go out here and spend useless money that he could keep in his pocket trying to impress me. If I like you, we're going to be doing the things just like Marlon said. We're cooking dinner. We're hanging out at the house. We may go, on a couple of days here and there, but I'm not about to blow up your pocket for the simple fact of I know I can. I'm going to help you save your money. I'm going to help you make your money. So it's not about spending money.
But I wasn't saying that I want him to go spend money. This is the lifestyle that I have already. And if you want to be with me, this is what we're going to continue to do, because I can do this with or without you.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
And that was where I was saying, too, 5-star. The question was, if the woman is digging the guy and they're dating, does he spend less money?
Even if I'm digging you, I'm still going to do this regardless.
Right. And so Siobhan,
Right.
Siobhan.
Yeah, Siobhan.
So what she was saying is, not saying that she don't want to go out, because if you got a woman that you feeling, you want everybody to see her. Okay, so you're out with her, and you're gonna want to go out, but she might say, "Well, babe, why don't we just stay home?"
And I may do that too.
Two different caliber.
And so that's what I would. That's all. Yeah, and that's all I was saying.
Two different caliber.
But I just wanted to make sure that was pretty clear. Yes, this is what you're doing. This is what. But there are women that will say, "Hey, no, we good. I'd rather just cook at home." You know what I'm saying? Or like I said, I'm telling you,
Because because I've been out on a lot of dates
And exactly.
with a woman more than once, and sometimes she'd be like, "Oh, I got the tip."
Yeah. Or I got it.
And a lot of times I try not to let her do it.
Or I got it.
And when she forced me, I say, "Okay, go, you got it."
Yeah.
So it's not about that. It's just basically about what you want in your lifestyle.
Right.
But lifestyle or not, that wasn't the issue. It was
if you like them. But this is what I'm saying.
Dating a
Spending less
man
money.
and he saves money.
No, but what I'm saying
That's the
is,
issue.
if you like me and I'm already spending money, you're still going to spend money. That's what I'm saying. Because I'm spending money on myself because I like certain things. So in order to be with me, no, we're not necessarily going to stay at home all the time. We're going to be going out. We're going to be doing things because that's my standard. So you have to determine your standard. And if you're comfortable with staying home, if that's what you're doing, then that's fine.
Also, when you start liking him,
I do, and I can like you, but I'm still, just because I like you doesn't mean I have to stay home. Why do I now? See, here we go.
But see,
If I'm doing certain,
the
but
thing
see,
was, it wasn't about staying home. It was about saving him money.
okay, but that you were saying cooking, so that meant staying home. So what I'm saying is, just because I like you, why do I have to give up what I've already been doing and enjoying just because I like you? If I like you, I want to continue doing what I'm doing, and you're just adding to my happiness. So that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do it by myself. I'm going to do it with you. We're going to do it together. That's all.
So, but yeah, pretty much, like I said, it's preference. Tony just said it's preference. And I agree with preference. But like I said, out of just an experience, and it blew my mind because I had never dealt with that. I always felt like if I got money, we going out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it, like I said, it's literally to show you off. If I got a piece on my side, she need to be showed off. And yeah, okay, well, you don't want to go out, you want to stay at home. Okay, that's cool too.
Right.
But at the same time, I feel what that question was, whoever that was, that was a great question because it did touch on both aspects of whether you're gonna do that or whether we're gonna do this.
yeah, I some way, that's her way of showing her appreciation. I appreciate you,
So we going out tonight.
Yeah,
I appreciate that you say.
they may start with a tip. They may start with the tip, or they might say, hey, we going out to movies or something, my treat or something like that. And and sometimes, because I know a lot of times I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna pay for it anyway, But
see, okay,
it is what it is.
But you know what?
Everybody has their standards and rules of what they want,
right?
What they feel like was gonna put them in a healthy
say,
relationship.
You know what? Tonight we gonna do what I want to do, and I got it.
Exactly. Or whatever.
Whatever.
Or we can stay home because, sometimes because I've taken a lot of cooking classes and everything, okay, like gourmet cooking classes. And I want to be able to cook with somebody. So I may say, hey, let's stay home and let's do some sushi or let's do whatever.
Right.
Can you stay home do Subway?
Can we do?
I don't eat Subway, so
I don't
that wouldn't work for me.
You know why I said that, right? You know why I said that. No, she know why I said that. She know why I said Subway. She know why I said Subway. Now it just kicked in. That Ronald Reagan just kicked in.
I'll tell you about that.
Yeah, she got to tell you, Marlon. She know that Subway.
But yeah, and you want to share that experience with somebody else. Okay, but we've got to go. Here we go.
Chevy, you gone?
We're going to
the
the grocery
yeah.
store. And we have to buy all that stuff in order to cook
So we
that.
still out.
We still out. So it's not about the money. It's about the experience.
Right. Right.
So
But excellent question. Who was that? Who was that asked that question?
I got it off the internet.
That is a
You got
good
it off the
question.
internet?
Yeah.
That was a good
I
question.
screenshotted it. It came from there.
Okay,
Yeah.
that was
I
really
didn't get a
good.
chance to read it. I just said, oh,
That is a
it's going to be a
great
great
question.
question.
Great question.
Oh, we got
Okay,
10
that's
minutes.
a great question.
All right. We're on the time limit.
But
so-
everybody
Right.
has a different perspective,
true.
and we appreciate
Damn.
all that.
We might have to do another show just us four.
Absolutely.
I keep
'cause
getting
this
men
is good.
standing me up. Add a few women in here and there.
Agreed.
The new third quarter, 2020.
Absolutely.
4 co-hosts. 4 co-host show. We had to do that. Get good callers calling in, everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for the year anniversary. Hit all kind of topics today. But
Siobhan, you still there?
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But I think when guys first taking a woman out, you're trying to impress.
Yes, definitely.
So, I ain't going to say the sky's the limit, but, you want to take them out and show them a good time, and, you don't want to be a cheapskate.
you know what's crazy? Because, I used to just think off the wall crazy shit. And for you a Virgo, y'all think, crazy. I used to be like, when I take a woman, I used to just want to show her that I'm peaceful. Because you know how we grew up angry.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying? And I used to, I was telling, now our class 87 reunions and stuff like that, people, they see me on pictures, they like, man, I love your smile. You smiling. I didn't smile for shit.
Right.
And it scared people away. And I had to get rid of that. But the only way I got rid of that, I wasn't happy in my life.
Right, right.
And I had to make myself happy and be able to be by myself before I can make anybody else happy.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And stop accepting punishment just because one point in time I was an asshole.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because sometimes men will punish themselves for a long time. Like, look, dude, your time is up.
Right.
It's a lot of times.
Time's
why
up. You
men
can't
don't-
keep punishing yourself for what you did
Right,
back
right,
then.
right.
You done moved on, grow up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And a lot of people, men and women, do that to themselves, and they got to stop. And I was like, okay, I know how to make myself happy. I'm happy and satisfied what God has me with, in my life right now, what I've been through.
Right.
Like, okay, now I'm ready to take this happiness, and if I meet a woman, she happy, we can get happier.
Right.
Right.
Share it together.
And
You know what I'm saying?
That's healthy.
Yeah.
That's healthy.
Yeah.
Somebody is supposed to add to your happiness, not to be your happiness.
Right.
Adding to. Agreed.
Absolutely. And that's the same thing when you're dating, whatever.
Yeah.
But you know what? From my love coach, she told me, she said, the reason why men take you out and the reason why they want to impress you is...
Because y'all hungry.
No,
because
no,
she's an
no.
impressionable woman. You have to.
No. No, but men do that because, first of all, and especially if he's thinking about you being his wife, he wants to let you know that he can be a good provider.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay, so that's
Absolutely.
important. So he'll do things to show you, hey, I can provide for you. And then you're like, oh, okay, well, you know.
Yeah. So and then that other part kicks in where she say, well, we don't have to do that all the time and go out.
Absolutely.
Because I got a friend right now that got married and he can't stop from, he like, dog, every time we go out, I got to spend $100. And that's every weekend. He like, man, I just be wanting to stay home. But that's the lifestyle she was used to before you got married.
Absolutely.
And that's when you met her. You were doing that. But you knew it wasn't
And
no
he
secret.
had to be honest with himself.
Yeah.
And he should have been honest with her.
Exactly. And I'm like, well, that's what
Yeah.
you started out doing. So,
'Cause I hear
the
this too.
problem.
I hear this
People
too from a
aren't
lot of women.
being who
Women
they should be and aren't expressing their needs and wants and communicating everything in a
Again,
relationship.
yeah,
And that's why he's going to end up
Absolutely.
being $100 every weekend
right.
until they get a divorce.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Now,
Absolutely.
Chevy, actually, I know I hear women talk about they won't go out with a man just from his spirit, or they don't feel like he can protect them.
Oh, yeah, that's
Oh,
a
yeah.
big one, too.
A
yeah.
lot of women have
Oh,
a problem
yeah.
with that.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what? I believe this. Okay, a man is supposed to protect you. He is supposed to provide, and he is supposed to proclaim you. Those are the 3 P's that he is
Absolutely.
supposed
Did
to
y'all hear
possess.
that?
I agree.
5 minutes. Did y'all
Okay.
hear that?
So whatever your level is of protection, providing, and proclaiming, you need to figure it out. Okay?
Like I had to fight 3 dudes last night. And this nigga ran.
But that's the warrior mentality that's missing from the men today.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right.
And, you know, Bobby Sensei, rest his soul. That was my Tanaka Sensei. The one thing he told me, he said, until you learn how to use your hands, you'll always be afraid.
Yep.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
For a man.
For a man.
For a man.
For a woman, too.
Yeah.
Because I know some women that are totally afraid of their own shadow. And I had to say, well, look, this is how you throw them things. If you got to get into it. You know, but.
Yeah, because you know something, too, that like, well, we about to do this together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you like,
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Yeah. Appreciate that. Because if I'm going to go down through there, you better be behind me.
Yeah. So,
Protection is really big.
man, we got
I agree.
5 minutes left. So I know we got our 2 guests on here.
But you know what? I'm just so happy that we reached this year. You know, and I think this has been a great year. We've had some great guests, and I look forward to the next year.
I want people, you know, to understand, like, you know, we trying to reach everybody. And then when people know me from my background and like mode, you know, and then to see me now, that's the growth in men and women that people want to see and what this world needs to see more.
Right.
So we can teach. You know, because I'm raising my son, but I can't teach him what a woman can teach him.
Right.
But I got to come close.
Right.
And it's like that for a lot of people out here that's single parents.
Yeah.
They have to do, even parents together having a hard time teaching because social media is raising their kids. So people are having a hard time. And it's hard to sit up here and I hate to see a black couple don't make it.
Yeah. Yeah.
To being together and married the rest of their life.
Yeah.
Or any couple don't make it. And
Okay,
it's
'cause
hard.
you know I was getting ready to get on you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, I'm
couple.
only saying what I see all the time. I didn't take a study on other races.
Right.
That's your job.
I think
You the research lady.
I think moving forward, you know, a lot of people might want to think of being radical in their relationships. Most of the leaders that came, you know, Gandhi, you know, Martin, Malcolm, those guys were radical, man.
Absolutely.
Okay, and if you're not taking a radical approach to your relationship, I believe you're gonna fail.
Yeah.
You have to step outside of the box.
Right.
The box has been given and it's messed up now. So we got to step outside that box and get back into proper thinking.
Right.
And define what's best for you.
Right.
What you got to say, Tone, ending?
Well, I'm just glad to be a part of this. You know, this is my second time doing it, but I really enjoyed myself from the first time. It's always good to have a good conversation with people that can conversate.
Yeah.
You know, and instead of babbling and you looking at the person like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
You're an idiot.
Yeah.
You know, and since the show, I swear, man, when I left that Sunday, my phone was like off the hook.
Wow.
Inbox messages. Man, I know you get so deep. And at one of the parties, LaDonna's party.
Yeah.
Day there. He was like, man, I loved it. I loved it, man. That was some real shit y'all was talking about.
Right.
And it was, you know, it's
And that's what I think, too, one of my purpose, for them to see me from when I'm at come here and speak and talk. And it come with growth, and didn't nobody have to. I had to do this on my own. And number one, I had to do this because of my kids, because of my son.
Right.
You know, I couldn't raise him the way, you know, I was raised.
Right.
And we all had it, and I can't raise other people's kids like that. When I speak and go to schools and talk to kids, I can't do that.
And see, your platform at the barbershop is one of the key platforms for young men.
Oh, yeah.
That's where you
It
come
really
in
is.
and you get that.
Now you see
get
what
that
I'm
knowledge.
At church, it's the barbershop.
It's the
Yeah.
barbershop.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the women has the hair salon.
Hair salon.
Yeah. The women
Women
has-
come in barbershop, we get quiet.
Yeah.
We just,
Clam up.
wait.
As soon as they gone,
they
we'll be
gone,
talking
yeah.
again.
And the barbers will tell the women with their sons, he good, leave him here.
Right.
Just come back in a couple hours.
Right. So, what you got to say, 5 Star?
I'm just grateful
Yeah, I'm grateful
that
too.
we made it.
Right.
I'm grateful.
And I look
I'm
forward
grateful.
to
Yeah.
the other opportunities that we have.
Right.
And organizing our seminars.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we really have to help these kids and the parents
Yeah.
or whatever. I mean, because I really want to see more healthy relationships.
Yeah.
That's very
Because I want to reach out to other, podcast shows that talk about relationships. I see them all the time on Facebook. Like, we can just all get together and just put something together.
Right.
Because sometimes it's hard for people to meet each other.
Yeah.
Men and
Well,
women meet and
Christine-
someone just stay in the house.
Okay. Siobhan, what did you say?
Christine,
Yes.
I want to offer my expertise as a licensed therapist because I don't want nobody out here giving out poor information.
go.
Okay.
But I want to say you have done an excellent job. I'm proud of you. I love listening. Keep reaching for the stars. You're doing it, baby.
Okay.
Y'all not going to make me cry today.
Yeah.
No, thank you. I always appreciate her. She is
that
a
fire.
wonderful friend, and I ain't even known her that long.
Yeah, just
And we
started
click.
that fire.
We click. And I definitely appreciate her friendship. And, more men got to stop doing, they got to start doing that and stop thinking they have to screw the women. You can learn a lot from
Right.
women.
Absolutely.
You can learn a lot. Be friend, like, why you always, they
can have
fucking horrible.
platonic relationships.
Yeah, they horrible. They
But if you
horrible.
do that for so long, then you get put into that stick.
Yeah.
Something must be wrong with it.
And it's bad when you
He ain't
this
trying
old.
nothing. He
It's
just-
bad
Or
when you
the
this
friend
old.
zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Friends.
Oh, that's the worst.
It's bad when you this old too.
Friend.
That's the worst. You slide into that, you ain't never coming out. You ain't never coming out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's bad when you old.
Yeah. You too old for friends.
Yeah.
Oh man. So
Oh my goodness.
we're gonna wrap it up, and I appreciate all y'all the viewers.
And thanks for calling
listening
in,
and
Siobhan.
tuning in for a whole year. I know it's
Right.
been hard for y'all to tune in. When y'all tune in, like, oh shit, they talking real.
Right.
Absolutely.
And y'all can talk real too. Leave messages, get in contact. The pages on Facebook is open to the public, YouTube, and y'all want to come on with a topic, let's make it happen. It's that easy. And we'll be on in 2 weeks. Y'all got 2 weeks to get to come on topic, get people on here, and we can get it going.
Absolutely.
So thank you all again, and it was our anniversary
Absolutely.
year.
Congratulations.
And
Congratulations.
right.
Thank
It's a
you.
lot of celebration going on this year.
Right.
50,
Absolutely.
87
Oh,
reunion. And we will see y'all in 2 weeks.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And starting off again. So peace out. Nothing 5-star.